Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas. I've just done one of my biggest trades ever of the S&P, sold right at the top before it started to come down. I shared it with you live in the chat on the breakfast show. I shared it with you on X. I always give you my trades ahead of time so you know what I'm doing, so you can always see. It's not financial advice. It's not there to tell you what to do. But I've been on the phones this morning talking to my press room White House contact, Bank of America, my connections at the brokerage down the road from me in Dallas being built, also Robin Hood and a couple of CEOs. I sold, and I sold big, and I'll show you why. Once again, they were wins. They were at the all-time highs. They were profits. This time, I did happily pay tax. I can't avoid making tax now. My gains are too great. They're way above my capital gains allowance for the year. So I'm going to pay tax. Like my CPA or my accountant said 40 years ago, in 1 month from now, dear old Len, he said to me, Martyn, I would love to pay $1 million tax bill. It means you've made 4. It means you've made 4 million. So we're going to mark it down right now. 46 trades, 45 wins. Let me edit it. It's got to be done. It's another win. And I'll show you what I did and what I'm doing next. 47 trades and 46 wins. Only lost once because I demonstrated what not to do. That would have been a win as well. So let me tell you why and what's going on today. The Trump summit. This changes everything. You can trade this. You can make a lot of money from this. And this is happening next on today's show. You cannot afford to miss it. More importantly, you cannot afford to ignore it. The studio is green. I've got another all-time high today, but the red light of warning is on. Just there. So because of this, we have to be prepared. So we have to win. We can win. It's easy to win. It really is easy to win. Always win. The hard part is to keep it. And that's where most people go wrong. So what's happening? What am I doing? Let me break it all down. So first of all, I went into my Roth IRA. Here's my Roth IRA. They put it on the screen. You see it there? Again in the green, despite what's happening. Roth IRA, click it. Let me show you, this is my real trades, my real money. I put everything on X. If you want to see my X account, I posted you today what I was doing. There's my X. I've just dropped it in the link in the chat for you. Go and check it out. All the information is there. What I traded, when I traded, how I traded, and so on. It's also on our community page as well. I also shared it in the chat. All right, so in my Roth IRA, let's have a look. You can see I'm still up on the S&P. I'm still in on the S&P. I'm still bullish. I'm always bullish. I'm always optimistic. I'm always making money. I'm always looking forward. However, you also have to face reality and de-risk yourself and protect your money. So what did I just do? Well, in my S&P 500 on my Roth, tax-free, remember, no matter what you do, it's always tax-free. I went down and I sold, there you go, I sold 10 shares yesterday. I knew this was coming at 593. We got another spike of an all-time high. It got even more overbought after PPI. I sold another 12 this morning at 594, even higher. Tax-free because it's an IRA. So there are 22 shares. That's half of my position. That's a big chunk of change from my Roth IRA. Now, of course, whenever I sell, I don't sell on emotion and I don't sell with panic. I know where I'm going next. When I sell, I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moves ahead. Always. Always. Now, things can change during the trade. So I go on to option 2, option 3, option 4, and I know where I'm coming back and I know where I'm going to go next. You don't just knee-jerk reaction and hold it in cash because there's no money to be earned in cash in your IRA. None whatsoever. You don't earn uninvested cash. It's best to remain in even if the market goes down because you never know when it's going to go up again. Remember, bull markets are always stronger and always longer. So the odds of being in the market is always better than being out. So there's no point being out in my IRA. I earn no money on uninvested cash. So I have to know before I sell where I'm going to buy, where I'm going to sell, where I'm going to buy, all the way down to 10 moves. And I always do. So I sold those on the S&P 500. I de-risked. I made my portfolio by doing that, by default, more crypto bias. And that is good because I like where crypto is right now. It's going to outperform the S&P. But also, of course, crypto is now in the S&P with Coinbase, other things. Eventually, we'll have Ripple. Eventually, we'll have all kinds of things enter the market. Finance sector will be more efficient because of crypto. So my IBIT this morning became extra weighted. By selling the S&P, my digital crypto exposure became more biased. What happened? 13% now of my portfolio on my Roth. It's moved up from 10. It's become more biased. By selling the S&P without buying any more crypto, it went up in bias. And that's what I want. I want more exposure, more weight in that. I don't have to buy. Why would I want to buy? It's not cheap enough right now. Don't want to buy. I'm up. I don't want to spoil my position. So I do nothing, but I do sell my S&P. So where did the money go that I sold from the S&P? You all know where it goes. It always goes in the same place. Coca-Cola. My average yesterday was down 1. It's now down, as you can see, 0.57. I doubled my position. In fact, I more than doubled the position. I nearly tripled the position. I've got the dividends in 3 weeks, 50 cents a share. I cannot lose. That'll be another trade. That will be 48 trades, 47 wins. Just a matter of time. I can then sell that and buy back in the S&P 2 weeks later and get the dividends back on the S&P as well. So that'll be 49 trades, 48 wins, 100%, no doubt about it. I've de-risked, I've protected myself. Now I'm down to $68. I couldn't care less. All right, so there is my Coca-Cola going up. As expected, S&P going down, and we've got, and I'll show you on the screen exactly, the S&P is going down exactly as predicted, sold at an all-time high, and my Coca-Cola is going up. Coca-Cola is going to $80 during all this de-risking period. The S&P now will probably go sideways. So there's my Roth IRA position. All right, what about my crypto position? I bought none today. I bought a few more yesterday, a little bit more Bitcoin, a little bit more XRP, little bit more Ethereum, because everybody got liquidated yesterday, lost all their money because they over leveraged. Silly idea. I keep telling people not to do that. So it all crashed. Everybody lost their money, and I bought those discounts. Thank you very much. Stop doing it. I don't know why you keep doing it. So there we go. My Bitcoin is up. My XRP is slightly down, but I have improved my average, and my Ethereum is up 9%. Great stuff. And I've got a bit of Doge for a laugh. $100. It's like a lottery ticket. I don't know why I bother. Anyway, over here we've got my main account. So as you can see, the S&P is going down dramatically now, and we could see a 10-20% drop. Why? Because the carry trade is 90% likely to happen. Nobody wants to talk about it. It doesn't make good news. Americans never want to talk about it. But Japan talk about it, Europe talk about it, because it's a way to compete with the US. When the US gets sold off, it could happen. So what have I done on my main account? My brokerage account is where I pay tax. So I don't really want to sell too much because I've short-gained capital tax, but now I can't avoid tax. My YouTube channel is growing. I can't avoid tax anymore. My profits are growing. I can't avoid tax. I'm going to be paying tax. So now how do we pay it efficiently? We're not going to not sell because we're going to pay tax. We're going to sell. We're going to take money. We're going to de-risk ourselves. So what did I do? My main account here, my Bitcoin, hang on, my Bitcoin is, let me just bring back to here again. There you go. The overall S&P is going down, and it could crash 20% today. We've also got a summit with Trump. That is also a trading opportunity. So Bitcoin is up. Marvelous. Still up. I like it. I think money will go there if we get a crash. I will buy more if it crashes because now I've got money because I've just sold the S&P. I'll show you in a minute where. XRP is slightly down. I bought a little bit more, but it's not cheap enough to buy anymore. At the moment, Ethereum is also up overall, and not cheap enough to buy anymore. I got that top tip from Bank of America. They were buying Ethereum and HUD. I don't need to then spoil it by buying it now on emotion. We just wait. So let's look at our positions. We've got. These are all my positions. Bullish, I'm up 102%. I bought the IPO. I'm not selling it. People are fearful now. You shouldn't be. Cathie Wood has just loaded up on it. That's not always a great thing, of course. You'll buy it one day and sell it the next, but that's fine. But the sentiment is there. Bullish is now rallying 102% up. I'm not selling a single thing. The bell has just gone. I'm fully aware of that, but I want to bring you this news because we've got to get into the Putin-Trump summit. So up 102 on bullish, I am selling none. But I will buy and I will double and triple my position if it goes below my IPO price at 37. If it goes to 35, I will double and triple my position. Money is there to do that now. Ethereum, that is the fund with BlackRock. That's the best way to buy it, in my opinion. I will be bringing out a video explaining why it is, because you can literally promote and pump your own Ethereum by owning BlackRock, because they don't use derivatives. They actually own the stuff, and it's secure with institutional grade security. That's another video for another day. Ethereum, I've got that. I'm up. IBIT, I'm up 4%. I'm buying nothing there. Apple's going to all-time highs. It leads the S&P, but it's playing catch-up. People go, oh my God, Apple's going up. It leads the S&P. I want to buy the S&P. No, you don't, because Apple is one part of the S&P, but it's only playing catch-up. It was behind on the AI play. It's going to pump to drop. People are catching up on some good news on Apple. They're pumping it to drop it. So what you do is you hold liquidity so you can buy the S&P, because nothing else is doing that great right now. So you can buy more of Apple by simply buying the S&P and wait a little bit, because the overall market is going down. VU, there it is. How do you do? The S&P is falling, and it can fall really quick today. So let me go on to VU on my main account and show you what I did there. So again, this is my real money, my real trades. I share everything with you. I'm probably quite unique on YouTube with that. So yesterday, preempted this. I started to de-risk. I sold on August the 14th, 8 shares at 591.40. That was a profit. That was a winning position. I sold today, just a few moments ago. I posted it on X and I posted it on my community pages. 48 shares. That's one of my biggest ever sales of the S&P. Now, remember I said to you, there will come a time where you will see me live on the show do a $1 million trade. You will. It's my real money. I will post it before I do it. You will see me do it. Everything here is aimed at being the most honest, transparent channel on YouTube TV. I'm always winning. I don't lose. It's easy to make money. You have to protect money. You have to understand what's going on. You have to make relationships. And boy, did we make a relationship yesterday. You all saw for the very first time a special guest on my show, one of our lady investors, Casey. She was live on the show yesterday, our very first female guest, very well connected, thank you. Very successful. And she was my star guest on the show. She's buying crypto. And she is now, I'm now interviewing her next Monday for a screen test to potentially join the ranks of Sensei and Vaz here on the show, giving a female perspective to crypto. Put in the chat if you'd like to see a female presenter on the show. It's just an idea at this stage. We're just doing a screen test. That's on Monday. Do you like the idea? Would you like to see a lady broadcaster on the show, very well connected, very successful, trying to help people in crypto with very good connections? Would you like that? Put in the chat right now, yes, like that idea, or no, keep it to the boys. 13% of our audience are ladies, and in fact, last night in our poll, 21% of our audience were ladies in our poll last night. And let me tell you, that is the highest of any channel in the world in crypto. Most crypto channels, 1%. Ladies, we are now, on last night's poll, it was 21%. I think this is important. Anyway, so I sold my S&P and it was a win right at the very top. I'm paying tax. Now, you might argue, and you could say to me, well, what if the S&P rallies today and you miss it? No, I don't. I'm still invested by how much? Let's have a look. My S&P right now makes up 83% of my 83.2%. I've got $268,000. I'm hardly going to be out of the market and missing the pump. But what I've just done is de-risk my portfolio, made it more weighted towards crypto, which I am favoring right now due to what's happening today. The carry trade is huge. That could be a 50% crash. I've also de-risked my margin. You remember I was at $120,000 in margin just yesterday. It's now 91. I get paid in 6 days' time on YouTube. This month, I'm earning $10,000. I'm going to reduce my margin from 91 to 81. So my margin is dramatically coming down. So when we get, and if we get, and when we get the carry trade, I can buy double my position of the S&P with the amount of margin that I will acquire between now and then. And there it goes. There it goes. You can see it live in front of you, what is happening today. So you've got an opportunity today. Now, I do not want anyone to follow my trades. I have my own sources, but I share them all with you. So you know what I know. There's nothing I don't know. There's nothing I know that I don't share. I share everything. Every single thing. However, I built a portfolio of over 4 years. I understand I'm in control of my emotions, and some of you may not be. You can't follow my trades. People yesterday lining up to follow Warren Buffett. How bloody ridiculous with the United Insurance. It's already been done. You don't follow his trade now. It's too late. You have to find your own path. You have to walk your own journey. I can provide you the information that I have. I can share you my thoughts. Sensei can share you his charts. The rest is up to you. Do not follow my trades. It's too late to sell now. It's too late to buy now. The time was when I posted it on X this morning, right at the top. I sold at the peak again. Now, it might go back up there, and I might be wrong, but I'm not wrong because I made a profit. I've got money in hand now to buy the inevitable crash, which is coming. Okay? So, it might not happen today, and some of my trolls will come on and go, oh, you missed it. Oh, you missed it. No, I didn't. And I won't. I never do. Okay, so there we go. We are, in fact, we can't really be green now, can we? The red light of warning was on. We're red. Now, what comes next? What comes next is this. Between now and the next 3 weeks' time, I shall earn 50 cents a share on my Coca-Cola, and I will sell my Coca-Cola for a profit. I will take the dividends and I will buy back in the S&P. 2 weeks following that, I'll be in the S&P to get the dividends for the S&P. That's where I always return to. That will be my next moves. I already know where it's going to go. But right now, I'm heavily weighted in crypto, and I think that's the next big thing. Now, today we have several things to worry about. Not just the Putin summit. Of course, we're going to cover it live. Every inch of it, every market reaction, every comment, everybody will be part of it. Let me just have a quick look. Did you like the idea about bringing a lady on the show? Good idea, female perspective, yes, yes, yes. Yes, everyone loves it. Yes, lots of yeses. Wonderful, yes, 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 yes. Wow, look at that. Overwhelming. Okay, wonderful. I thought it would be. Okay, so we have got the carry trade to worry about. I'm going to cover a full deep dive of the carry trade. Expect a 50% crash. It's not a definite, it's not 100%, but it's very likely. Rates are going up very quickly now in Japan, and they've only got to go over a small amount more, and boom. The carry trade happens. If you don't understand that, I will explain it on an upcoming event. All right. But the big story of the day is this: the summit Trump, the Trump summit, the Trump summit with Vladimir Putin. I would like to put a big shout out, please, to Sensei's wife for designing a beautifully designed thumbnail, which I stole today from Sensei's newsletter. But as the newsletter is kind of like, kind of my franchise, I kind of thought, well, bugger it, I'll steal it, and I'll argue about that later. So there you go. I stole the wonderful thumbnail that was created this morning by Sensei's wife, and I stole it and I stuck it on the big screen. I thought, wow, what a beautiful thumbnail that is for my summit today. So as the market goes down, you want to prepare for this. You want to be ready for this. And there goes the market. Down she goes. I can buy at any point I want now. I'm not going to, though, because going into Trump Summit, this could drop 10%. And if we get a hint, there's a carry trade coming. If we get a hint, there it goes. There's a carry trade coming. It's going down big, like 50%. All right? You want to be able to buy that. Remember the V shape with the Liberation Day. It can happen all over again. All right. So I'm going to now send you to the next event. This event is going to be massive today. I'm expecting 10, 20,000 people to join me live. We're going to provide you the best coverage of the summit anywhere. Okay, because everybody else is going to focus on what Trump says with Putin. We will, of course, cover all of that, but we'll focus on the market reaction. We want to be able to make money out of this situation. We want to be able to trade every word of it. And now I've provided myself with tons of liquidity, I'll be trading crazily live, doing scalp trades throughout all of this. I'll be buying and selling every word that Trump says on my Roth and my main account. I'll also be trading my crypto as well. All right. So a quick rundown on what's moving right now. So the overall portfolio is going down. It would have gone down a ton if I hadn't sold, but I did. The S&P 500 is now gaining speed on the way down. Virgin Galactic could be down 10% today. Palantir down 4%. This could drop 20 today. Gold is going down. Interesting, isn't it? Where's it going? Crypto. It would normally go into gold, hence why I've given my portfolio a bias towards crypto. Amazon is green but selling. Apple, it peaked, it's selling now. Enphase Energy, there was my best tip of the year. I told you this is where the money will go because this is a $100 stock. And lo and behold, it's going there. On a day of risky stocks, people are buying Enphase. Don't blink, it will go $100. Coca-Cola is soaring. One of my best trades today. My defensive position is going through the roof. I can sell it now if I want to and buy back the S&P if I want to. Maybe I will. Let me have a quick look. Maybe it's worth it actually because Coca-Cola is only going to 80. It's already rallying 0.5%. Now, 0.5% don't sound much, but it is when you start buying a lot of it. Let me go to my Roth IRA and let's have a quick look. See, my Roth IRA is green. On a red day, I'm making money. There you go. Look at that. Down goes the S&P, up goes Coca-Cola. Can I buy it yet? No, I can't. I'm still down out of the money by $30, $28, $28. Let's see it move. All right, $28. Could see that. We could see that turn positive today. Maybe. Because remember, $25. There it goes. $24. There it goes. Now, I don't have to make a profit on this. I've simply used it to park my money out of the S&P while the S&P drops. Maybe I'll sell it for a wash, get my money out and buy the S&P on the drop, which I can now do. There goes Coca-Cola. My God, isn't this great? You get sick of winning in a minute, folks. I think Trump said it. You'll get tired of your president winning. I know some people get tired of me winning. They go, oh, you're an arrogant sod. Well, I'm not arrogant. I'm just passionate and I care about my audience. And I'm, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I also get things wrong, folks. I get things wrong as well as getting them right. But, this is don't confuse arrogance with passion of commitment to get it done. You don't watch somebody on YouTube to bless them with ad revenue, do you? You watch this show for two reasons. One, the community, the support and the love you get from each other. But you also watch because you want to make money, right? Do you want to watch a YouTuber who keeps telling you to buy, it's going to go up forever, or crash, it's going to go to zero? Who benefits? He does. He gets ad revenue from you. And because you're emotionally involved, you watch it in your millions, way more than watch my channel. But people that watch my channel go, we love the community, we love the honesty, and we actually want to make money. So you decide what you want to do. So Coca-Cola, I'm now about to come into the money. There it is. Oh my God. This couldn't be better, really. If I could have scripted this, I couldn't have written this. But my top tip today from the Bank of America was the stocks are going down big. So I shared it with you online. I mean, these people know, right? So there it is. We're in the money. We're going to be in the money like in the next couple of minutes, right? So anyway, I've got to end this stream. We're going to sell Coca-Cola today. We're going to buy back the S&P. We'll just leave it like that. So my overall portfolio is up. All right. Carry this, and then I'll send you over to the next show. J&J, defensive stocks. You can't lose. Going to $200. Oil up 0.46. Tesla crashing down today. McDonald's going down. Google holding up. Microsoft is too expensive, going down. Meta is going to $1,000. Be careful if you sell that too soon. Nvidia selling off. Why? Because there's a real problem now with China and the chips. Trump tried to fix it, but they're not. And Jensen put out a warning. We can't sell the bloody chips because of the recent change of policy. Watch this one, but it will rebound back on the earnings. Try to nibble your way back into this one, but I would suggest you do it for the S&P. You're going to get a better deal. Don't do it through Yield Max because it promises you dividends. That's what the idiots are doing on YouTube. Do not do that. It's rubbish. Walmart going down. Tilray, I warned everybody. I said it will pop up on Monday. It'll go up to 20%. It was 20.5. I had that from a White House press room contact on Saturday morning before it was even on the news. It did go to 20.5%. Everyone started to buy it. It went to 40% and then it crashed. And now it's doing it again. There's no evidence it's going to happen. Trump whispered it and people then bought it. And I told you why they would sell it, and they did. Robinhood is up today. Rocket Lab, too expensive, going down. Plug is manipulated, don't touch it. Bitcoin going down. I can't wait to buy some more. I got plenty of money now. Ethereum going down, but we're still up. Again, I'll buy more. Now XRP is hitting the point where I buy even more. I could be buying more XRP today. All right, there's my roundup of everything. As you can see, despite everything being red, we're green on the Roth IRA. And we're hardly down at all on the main account due to the fact I de-risked and made my position heavier in crypto. Now, once again, I want to put this out. We did have on the show yesterday a wonderful conversation with Saab. Saab is one of our dear friends. He's been a member now for nearly a year. He's heavily in crypto, and we had an interview. And Saab told me that Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, is able to buy Bitcoin at a discount. That was, and I said, I don't think so. But of course, I'm not going to rubbish my friends on the show, and I'm not going to say something I don't know for certain on the show. But I did do some research, and I made a couple of phone calls to people that work at crypto exchanges, and I have it on authority 100% that Michael Saylor or anybody else cannot buy Bitcoin on a discount. Nobody can. The system wouldn't work. Can you imagine if anybody could buy $100,000 Bitcoin at $50,000, they'd buy it and sell it and buy it and sell it, and all of us would always lose. The system wouldn't work, it would break, and it would never work. What actually happens, and what maybe Saab was trying to get to, was due to their very complex tax structure through their convertible notes, they're able to borrow against it, and it appears that they get it cheaper. They don't. don't. It's through their loan system and their very complex convertible notes and the way they loan themselves money from their own borrowings. It's very complicated. They can actually appear to buy Bitcoin cheaper. They can't. What they're actually doing is getting a good finance deal to buy more. They cannot buy Bitcoin for less than it actually is on spot price. Over the counter, Saab mentioned, over the counter means absolutely nothing. It's just the way you bulk trade, but you still don't get a discount. The price is the price you pay, and that is it. So the system wouldn't work if people with power and influence could go out and buy a stock for less money. The only time you can buy stock for less money is when it's private, as we have all done with Jefferson Boots when we bought a private gold mine. That does present greater risk, but we are able to buy the pre-IPO price before it goes public with a guaranteed return of just by it going public. We make money. So that's very, very different. But you cannot buy Bitcoin at a discount. Nobody can. It doesn't work that way. But I wanted to be absolutely sure. So I called a couple of my friends who actually work in brokerages now that can tell me, no, nobody can buy any asset or any coin for a discount. Everyone pays the same price. So want to be clear. And that's important because Saab is a very successful crypto investor. He's got a lot invested, but if he can make that mistake, certainly people coming into the space new can make that mistake, and that would be a terrifying statistic if people started to think that's how it worked. That's not how it works. So there we go. All my predictions today were spot on again. I sold the S&P on my main account and on my brokerage account. One of my biggest trades ever. I've moved it into Coca-Cola. I've also put buyers on crypto because of those trades, and I'm winning. My portfolio is de-risked, and we are ready for a massive scalp trading day. So if you want to join me for all the news as it happens today, scalp trading, crazy trading for a very long extended show, I'll be live at midday today for every single part of the Trump-Putin summit. You're going to see me trade live. You're going to see we're going to have live phone-ins. There's going to be live debate. There's going to be a lot of trading going on. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, the S&P 500. I'm going to do many scalp trades today live on the show. We're going to cover all of this from a Russian perspective, a European perspective, and an American perspective. You're going to get all the information today on the Trump-Putin summit. And then following that, there will be information on the carry trade, which we are expecting now. I'm giving it a 90% chance of it happening. And if it does happen, that's a 50% drop in the overall markets. That's it from me. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for letting me know that you like the idea of a female broadcaster. Casey, our guest, who's very well connected, very successful lady on the show yesterday, likes the idea of perhaps joining Vaz and Sensei in the team for a show from a lady's perspective on how to get into crypto. Anyway, there you go. We've got people in the chat saying buy. No. Understand what you're buying. Understand how it works. If you'd like more information, we are now doing more members-only live streams. I'm doing members-only events, so we can and silver and gold member events as well, and my platinum member events as well. For extra information, there is the membership link. If you want to be a member, it's only a couple of bucks, $2.99. I promise it will never go up in price, but I will promise it'll have better value all the time. It goes down because there's no inflation. I don't ever increase it. So in fact, it gets cheaper and cheaper every single day. And also we're giving away $1,000 in XRP paid out live on the show. Paid out live on the show. Now, I hope that gives everything you want. And also, I would like to put a big thank you out to Stacey. Stacey has been on our channel now for a few years, and last night she said to me, sent me a private message, and she said, I would like to step down as a moderator. It's too much for me right now. I've got a lot going on in my life. And she said, still love you all, but I want to step down from the responsibility of being a moderator. And I replied to Stacey, thank you for your service. I understand. It is a responsibility. The show is growing very, very quickly. And we will be, I expect to be 1 million subscribers in the next 2 years. And then we'll be one of the biggest channels in the world. And it is a big responsibility. And Stacey said, this is a bit too much for me right now. So I want to thank Stacey. It's our first moderator to step down from the role. And I can fully understand from that. So Stacey, thank you for your service over the last few years. She'll still be a viewer, but she just doesn't want the responsibility of being a moderator. Most of you don't know who she is, probably. We've got 96,000 subscribers, but our core members, so there we go. Saab is offering love to Stacey. Yes, there are members in the channel who know exactly who Stacey is. So there we go. All right, we got another new member just joined. Thank you so much indeed. It's going to be a massive day. Consider becoming a member. There'll be members only segments today, so I can answer everyone's questions, because we are going to do a lot of trading today, a lot of scalp trading. I would recommend becoming a member, because there'll be members only videos, members only live streams, members only chat, so I can answer everyone, because I'm going to be doing a lot of trading. And as it predicted, here she goes. The S&P now is going down quickly, so be very, very careful. I hope you've already made your trades. If you want to know when I'm doing my trades, they all get posted on X ahead of time, and the community pages. There's my X. If you don't know what the community page is, let me share this on the screen so you can see my community page. So you're all familiar of where I post this before I do it. So you can verify me, okay? I don't have to do this, but I do. Nobody else is going to do it, are they? Tell you what they're doing before they do it. Warren Buffett didn't tell you what he was going to do, did he? Right, so posts. There you go. Trade news, another win. I just sold heavy on the S&P 500, bought defensive. Reason, market topping out, recession fear, Trump-Putin summit. Main reason, carry trade. It was there this morning, 1 hour ago, before I did it. I literally posted it, then did it. So you all know. I've got some alerts coming through. Let me just unhide alerts. Let me do that. Let me come back to here. Let me just do a couple of questions. Then I've got to get off. I've got a lot of preparation to do. Oh, hang on.
At David Hensley 3009 donated $2 through a super chat. Well, that sucks. Stacey is awesome.
Thank you very much indeed for your thoughts. Yes, she was awesome, but she's now found it's too much. So I understand that. What we got here? Three digits.
At 3 Diglets donated $10 through a super chat.
3 digits also did a super chat. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, we hid the comment. It wasn't very nice. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't necessary. Thank you for the super chat, but we did hide the comment because we don't need to say unpleasant things to a member, a moderator. That's not necessary, so we hid that. So thank you for your super chat, but no, we're not here to attack people's decisions. That's entirely up to her. Okay. Lots of love coming in. Right. We need to go then because I've got to prepare for our main event today. So let me just double check that this goes through to the next show. I'm pretty sure it does. Yes, it does. So there it is from me. I think we're done. If you want to be in our $1,000 giveaway, we're giving away $1,000. There is a link here. And this is to our competition. There'll be some points today to win. I will tell you that now. Some big points to win today in our show. Here it is here. This is the giveaway, martynlucas.com/giveaway. We're giving away $1,000. You'll get lots of points today in this big event. You won't want to miss it. The event we're going to now, so you can start being in here and leaving thoughts and comments. If you want to become a member, there'll be moderator sections.
At Poorman to Richmond donated $1.99 through a super chat. Sub for moderator. Love you, Stacey.
Thank you for your suggestion, poor man, rich man. Thank you very much indeed for that. Okay, I think we are done. So good luck, everybody. Don't do emotional trades. Don't, for God's sake, go on X when everyone's saying buy, buy, buy. It's all about to explode. It's all rubbish. Everyone's trying to promote their own agendas. I'm not. Just please be calm. Hopefully by now you've trimmed the top. Hopefully by now you've prepared liquidity to buy today's trade. I don't need to go over it anymore. I think I've covered it all. So that's it from me. Sold the lot almost and bought Coca-Cola, said Perfect Leech. Okay, I didn't say sell the whole lot, did I? Anyway. Yes. Brody says, not nice to say unkind words. That is correct. Mike is the king of moderators. Mike certainly is the king of moderators. He is our slayer. He's been here since day one. And he has a very difficult job now because there's one moderator less who is one of our senior moderators too. So Mike will be working extra hard, as will James and our other moderators in the chat. So anyway, there we go. Thank you very much indeed, everyone. I'm now going to send you over to the next event. It's going to be huge. Get ready for it. Get ready for a lot of trades. Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. Coca-Cola is more of a bottling business, whereas Pepsi is more of a snacks business. I prefer Coca-Cola because it's the bottling business, not the drink itself. The bottling business is the king of the bottling business, and that will always, or cans, that will always exist. That's the difference, in my opinion, with Pepsi. So, Pepsi's still great. It's a defensive position, but I prefer Coca-Cola for the reasons I've just given you. All right, I'm going to end the stream now, hand you over to the next one. The link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. Don't forget the $1,000 giveaway. And there it is, just there, and it will take you there automatically. Get prepared for a very, very volatile day. Thank you ever so much. Did everybody tap the like button? I hope you did, and thank you for subscribing. We're about to hit, I wonder if it'll happen today, actually. We're doing 1,000 subscribers a day. Let's have a quick look.
At Wilfredo16 donated $1.99 through a super chat. Martyn, did you avoid the tax man on that big trade?
No. On my Roth IRA, I did. On my Roth whoa, look at that. Could be 97,000 today. On my Roth IRA, I did, of course. I didn't pay any tax whatsoever. But on my main account, I sold from the very, very top to lower my average. My average came down from 507 on VU. My average came down from 507 on VU to a nice 497. So my average came down, my position was improved, my margin was improved, and I took a profit of a few $1,000s, but that's okay. I'll show you my overall tax position as well. Go on anywhere on YouTube and find out if anyone will show you that. That is my year to date, $19,065. So overall, I sold about $2,000 today, but I only paid tax today on 765. That's what I've just done this month. The rest of it is on the Roth IRA. Okay. So I will be paying tax, but I've sold at the very top for the least amount of tax. I didn't sell from the bottom. I never sell the foundation. All right, that's it from me. I can't do any more questions, guys. I've got to end this show and get ready for a huge day. I'm going to be live all day on the show. Martyn, you almost drowned snorting Pepsi, but it was the 80s. Martyn, I almost drowned. I don't really understand that. Love you, Stacey. We understand. Absolutely. Oh, here she is. Talking of which, here is Stacey in the chat. Stacey, I would love you to rewind the last 15 minutes if you're able to. Lots of love was shared to you. I gave you my thanks on the show. I explained the situation and fully understand it. And please rewind the last 15, 20 minutes. I think it will make you feel good inside today. Stacey is a Lucozade. Yes, she always will be. She's just decided that she doesn't want the responsibility of being a moderator. And I understand it's getting harder and harder. And we know now Mike and James are going to have a tough time. But it's a tough job, and I always said it was a responsibility and a tough thing, but there we go. I think we are done. I really have to go, guys. It's a huge event today. Get ready for major scalp trading. This is the event. This is where we're going live right now. Become a member. There'll be members-only segments because I want to answer everyone's question because we're going to trade live. Many scalp trades lined up today. In and out of the S&P on my main account and my Roth IRA, making money on all of this. So that's it from me. If you're watching later, there will be links here. So click above my head for all the links, down below in the description, down here as well. Don't forget the $1,000 giveaway. There'll be lots of tickets today in the Trump Summit event. And over here, I'll put the event itself. And down here, I'll put something I think is best for you. I appreciate you, Stacey, and we all do. Thank you for your service, for the time that you were a moderator. It will never, ever be forgotten. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I will now see you for the big summit. You can't miss it. Expect $50,000, $100,000 trades. My market swings are going to be all over the place, but we are going to win. We always win. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good luck, Trump. Let's see if we can end the war today.